Hey, today I'm making a video on how to get your OCI. It stands for Overseas Citizen of India. Anyways, I'm going to jump right into this. I watched some other videos and they move a little slowly. You can speed it up at the bottom, maybe make it 1.5 speed. I did this for my 2 children, so I'm going to be telling you the steps for 2 minor children. Also, my wife has an Indian passport already. So if neither of you have an Indian passport and you have to go with your grandparents or get a renunciation certificate or one of those things, I didn't have to do that, so I don't discuss that in this video. If you're looking for that, you'll have to find another video. My apologies. My wife will be getting a US passport very soon after her naturalization, and at that point I will have to get her an OCI. That video may be more helpful for you. I will then link it at the very top of this video somewhere right here. I'm going to tell you how I quickly applied for an OCI and I received it in 3 weeks. So the first thing you want to do is visit the VFS Global website. I'll put the link in the description for any of the links I'm talking about, plus I'll write it on the screen, but the direct link will be in the description for you to just click on, and it'll be labeled in steps. So once you visit that link, you want to go ahead and click on apply for OCI services. From there, if you scroll down, they give you a step-by-step guide. It makes it very simple, and it's literally done in 3 steps. I applied to the SFO because I'm in Los Angeles. San Francisco had the closest consulate to me, and I did it all through mail, by the way. So step 1, they explain it to you: complete the government online form, and they tell you to click it here. So you go ahead and you click it. It takes you to this next link, ociservices.gov.in. Also, link will be written down here and in the description. From there, on the first page, I click here to proceed. He and she were getting a new OCI registration. From there, this little pop-up comes up. You scroll down, reading it all, and you go ahead and put I've read instructions and put accept. Okay, then you enter a little code in there. And now you get 2 options. If you've already started an application, you can put complete partially filled application, and they would have emailed you a temporary ID. But if you're starting a new one, which we're covering now, you'll go ahead and fill a new application. From there, they're going to give you the application form. You go ahead and fill all that out. It's all pretty self-explanatory, and if you need any further help on any specific section, like clarification on what they need on this form, you can Google it. Literally, all you have to do is just copy paste the section of the form that you're confused by, whether you don't know what a surname is or anything, and then you write OCI application, and Google will literally tell you more description of what needs to be filled out on that portion. You go through it all, you finish that up. When you're completed with that, they're going to ask you to upload your documents for the OCI. If you go back to the VFS Global website and you read step 2, they have click here to know the supporting form and arrangement documents as per checklist. These are the same documents, similar to all of these, you'll need to upload when filling out your OCI application. Right here, you want to select what kind of OCI registration you're doing. We're doing a new OCI registration. This is where you select who it's for. Pull down that drop down arrow and select OCI fees and required documents. It'll show you all the fees. It cost me exactly $304 and some cents. So let's say $305 plus the fee for shipping, getting the courier label and back, that you end up paying at the VFS Global website. I recommend getting the courier label, because if you do not, what they'll have you do is you'll have to pay for the shipping label to ship it. You'll have to provide them a return shipping label, and you have to contact a courier to pick it up from their office and deliver to you, which just sounds like a headache. Just pay the courier fee, let them deal with it all. When you open up this PDF file, literally go down step by step on what you need. You need the application form that you filled out online. You need a photograph and a signature. If you're doing a minor, you're going to need a thumbprint or a fingerprint. They're going to print one out, but you also want to go ahead and staple a hard copy of a new photo. And then you just go down this entire thing. Just step-by-step list of all the documents you're going to need. And it tells you what needs to be notarized, what doesn't need to be notarized. One thing I want to tell you, when you're making a copy of the passports, make sure you take a copy of the last 2 pages of the passports. It doesn't show that on this PDF file. And what ended up happening is I sent them the OCI application. They emailed me saying they were missing photos of the last 2 pages of the passport, both mine and my wife's passport. And so we had to resend that through the online. We just uploaded it, but we had to pay $1 a page, which ended up being like $4. 2 applications ended up being $8. Not a lot, but you don't want to get hit with that extra fee. And then just birth certificates. You really just need birth certificates of your wife, yourself, passport documents, any copies of all those documents, driver's license. It goes through all of this stuff. Because my wife already has an Indian passport, I don't need to show grandparents' passports. forms. So some of those things I could leave on. Name change, if your wife got married, she changed her name. Show her old passport, show her new name, all those things. A green card with the old name, new name. And that's it. You know, you just go through this entire list and you just follow it diligently and you just fill out all these items, you know. The last one, fee receipt, you're going to fill out at the VFS Global website, and that's going to be step 3. To print your application from step 1, you're pretty much going to be uploading those files too. So you're going to send in upload files and you're going to send copies of them. And then you're going to need to get certain of those files notarized as well. And they tell you in that PDF file which ones need to be notarized. The last one is step 3. You want to pay the fee online. That's where you click that link. It says click here. If you've never made an account on the VFS Global website, this is where you make the account. From there, after making the account, I already have one. I apologize, I don't have the login info for the VFS Global website, so I can't tell you exactly step by step, but from the top of my head, there is a little bar on the left side. You click from there, you go ahead and put new application, fill in all your information you're doing for an OCI, you're gonna get a little number when you finish that application on step 1. You're gonna fill that number in, and at this point, you'll even get to select courier service. I recommend doing that, like I said earlier. From there, they'll have you pay the fees, which is, like I said, $304. I opted out of the text message updates. I don't need that since I'm getting it to email, which was like an extra $5 if you want it. And from there, you fill it out. You'll get an email confirming that you got that payment. You want to print that out and stick it with your application and all those other documents. Put that in a FedEx envelope, and they'll be giving you a FedEx shipping label. You go ahead and stick that on the envelope. You make sure you get all your documents notarized, and you go ahead and ship it in. If you have any issues, you haven't heard from them in about a week, you can call them. I think the first 5 minutes are free. After that, they start billing you, but it shouldn't take longer than 5 minutes. Their phone service is pretty good. And that's it. If you haven't missed any documents and no mistakes, you'll just be getting updates on your email every step of the way, and you can track your application as well on their website. They'll send a link in their emails. That's it. And then you just wait till you receive your OCI. I would show you the OCI, but these new ones have some identification information on them, and I don't know how secure and private it has to remain, so I'm not going to show it. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the description. Like I said, I am not a lawyer. I'm just sharing my personal experience with getting an OCI for my son and daughter. It was the same steps for both of them. And I did it at the same time because I pretty much had to provide the exact same documents for them. It wasn't too difficult. It's just being very diligent and organized. And it does take quite a bit of time. You know, you have to read through the PDFs, find the documents, make copies of them. You want to have a good copy machine and printer by you. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.